Good morning and good evening, families and friends. When I said families and friends, you're my friends, you're also my family. We live this planet Earth together as friends, as colleagues, as comrades, wherever we are around the world. Today, I made a choice to not talk about events of my home country. I want to talk about domestic events of America, something I have the right to speak highly about because I live here and it affects me, it affects some of my families and friends. On day 28, Charles III, the King of England, arrived in the United States, addressed the US Congress. To our 332 million American, we might have heard a king talking, but to me, it's my first time in my life to see what a king looked like and what a king said. In his congressional US address, he talked about how we American rebels against England, how we became independent, how we choose freedom over tyranny, and how we choose independent opinion over monarchy. These words were good. I want to also look into America, the home I live in, to say thanks to Donald Trump, the president, and Melania Trump, the first wife, and the US Congress who welcome Charles. So many things have been said, and probably you might have watched what Charles have said, but there are 4 items that stuck in my head in his congressional US Department speech. One of the things that stuck in my head is alliance, friendship. It reminds me of a philosopher who taught me in school of politics that no matter what personality you have, what you think of yourself, you can never win as an individual without a group. Make the word align very important. Charles III did not come to the United States to advocate for England. He's the King of England. But in monarchy rules of the Kingdom of United Kingdom, the king doesn't have a voice in politics. He cannot persuade the aligned broken relationship. What Charles came for to the United States, he came to repair the broken relationship between United States and Great Britain. Following Donald Trump, the statement calling the Prime Minister of England a coward and someone who doesn't seem to bend to American rules. That's what Charles came to US Congress for. He came to remind the US Congressional Affairs and ask the American, yes, we might be a rebel with purpose, like he said, in according to his understanding of how we rebelled against England in 1776, July the 4th, which became America independent. And he did not came over here as the government of United Kingdom. He came over here as the people of United Kingdom. He's a representative of United Kingdom people to remind the US Congressional that, yes, you might have grown up as big boys with the American, but still, we are your fathers. we still grantee. And the fact that we can operate without alliance around the world, he reminded us to believe that you cannot win any war or you cannot win any policy around the world without friends. As I watch the Charles King speech, it only made me to believe that this world is bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us. This world is a beautiful place when we have a heart of human being that see other people important. Then we see ourselves as an individual. Charles went on to believe that democracy only works when two people listen to each other. And I'm going to stop from that. There are a lot of things he had said, and I hope you can have a YouTube review of what he had said. I want to come to another topic of important lessons. The events of a couple of weeks ago, when South Sudan decided that they wanted American companies to extract minerals in our country, oil, gold, you name it. The approach was wrong, but the idea was really a brilliant idea. Americans deserve the right to be in our country. And I can make it very clear to all of us, without America, we would have never had this country called South Sudan. You, who is here in America today, you would have never had a chance to be here. So let's not get it twisted. American had helped us since 1956, British Sudan, through the 90s, through John Garang era, through my time as a Seven Fronts here in the United States, the so-called the Lost Boys. It was all the work of America. They're not here to exploit us. They're not here to steal from us. They're here to help us discover our potential, build our resources, build our economic, govern ourselves, have healthy debate with each other as the people of South Sudan across different political decision making. I did not understood who made the proposal. It just got on my desk yesterday. I thought it was a good cause. I need to say something about it. But I got caught up between England and United States in the last few days. So I didn't know what my country South Sudan was going through. And I made an opinion earlier that I don't want to come back to South Sudan politics because there's nothing to talk about. Everything to talk about has been heartbroken, has been disappointment, has been misleading, it has been tribalized, it has been made, if you say this, you're the enemy of the state. So I didn't want to discuss anything. But the idea of America coming to rescue the economy of South Sudan, I welcome it. And I hope South Sudan government and their banking institutions or any friends, they will know where to find me. Yes, I have seen the response from the U.S. Department of State and U.S. government that they don't want to do business with South Sudan following 3 reasons. 1, insecurity, corruption, and lack of transparency. But all of that can be done. That's what some of people like myself are in America. It can be done in a conversation. I still welcome whoever idea who suggests that our mineral resources, the oil, the gold, all that we have, We welcome American company. I still welcome that idea. I know something about this country, America. I've lived here, I've worked here. I have friends over here. I know something about them more than you. So, to you, my family in South Sudan, to you, my friends in diaspora, if you live here, you breathe here, your family are here, feel grateful. This is a great country, America. I'm not flattering you. I know we go through difficulties of American life, but America is still the greatest country on earth. It's a country that can give people like myself a voice, an opportunity to speak up their mind in a positive way. So I still welcome the men and women of South Sudan Finance Department to reach out to Bolakum, and we'll do what we know how to do at the U.S. Congress. Talk to them. When you disappoint your friend, it is not easy to get that relationship back easily. We have disappointed America. America doesn't have trust in all of us anymore. The reason I brought the two scenario story up, I begin with King Charles the Third and the proposal by South Sudan government to mortgage their natural resources to American investors. And America say, no, we cannot work with you because number one, you're not stable security-wise. You have a lot of corruption. And you have any idea of what you do. I get it. I'm an American. I'm also South Sudanese. And I said, those can be left to diplomatic relationship language. It can be left to friends conversation. That's how we, the Lost Boy, did it here in America. Americans never believe us that we can be part of them. I get it. But if given chance and given dialogue and given backdoor communication, I guarantee you it will work. But as South Sudanese ourselves, we need to clean up our mess globally. All the political dissidents that has been arrested for unjust cause must be released. Said that we can show political will to work with other governments around the world. We cannot work while we are also arresting other people who are friends of America and United Kingdom. It's not going to work. So I would still suggest in good faith from C5, African Union, United States, United Nations Security Council, to still advocate for the release of Dr. Riek Machar and his colleagues, release of Bolomel, Akolokor, and others. We cannot continue to be a South Sudan that are afraid of conversation. What South Sudan is about right now is about fear of questioning. Any person that has question toward the authority become the state enemy. This is why, to me, I kind of relay back and don't say a lot of things because I don't know what has not been said by my families and friends around the globe. There's nothing Bolakum can say that is going to change or make any difference. The arrival of Charles III to the United States and Camilla remind me of what democracy is all about. Democracy is not an absence of violence and it's not an absence of interest. I get it. But when people mortgage their own country for personal interest and gain, that country will continue to fail and fail and fail. So take two messages out of this. We, America, we go through challenges, but we still maintain respect with other world leaders. We South Sudanese, we go through challenges, but I hope we can still maintain relationship with other world leaders. There's no country of me. There's a country of us. So if you find this message important, share it with your friend. And I still believe that whoever came up with the idea that America can exploit our natural resources, I agree with that person. Because with America going to South Sudan and exploit our resources, it put our men and women to work. Those people who don't even know the value of the country, they can be able to become employees of different companies around oil sectors, around natural resources such as gold and agriculture areas. It is a win-win. We learn things from American, we also benefit from them. They get what they want, we get what we want, everybody win. But the idea that you can dictate things and you care less who benefit or who doesn't benefit, or benefit few individuals and not the country. No wonder why nobody want to do business with us, because we are being seen as selfish individual. We're being seen as selfish individual. So once again, in reverse conversation, if you've been watching the arrival of King of England, the United States, on April 28, when he addressed the U.S. Congress, you'll understand how far America has come in more than 250 years journey from 1776 to right now. You can understand how much has been sacrificed and how much beautiful this country is. You'll understand it. This country is stand by laws of many sacrifice. So when America decided to help South Sudan, they were not coming as invaders. They were not coming as opportunists. They were coming as friends. And they're still friends until now. I live in America. Where I speak right now, I'm here in America. I understand the greatness of American people. So I still believe that the decision to mortgage our natural resources to America is still the best idea that I believe in. I would still ask some of you who are connected to Salva Kiir Mayardit and his family and his mafia group to reach out to me. I know the people who are not happy at the U.S. Congressional Affairs here in America. I know who they are. I know them by their names. Everything in America is all about debate and it's all about interest. It's all about who you're speaking to. All we need is 2 members of the U.S. Congress. Only 2 people. Out of 480, 2 people only. We convinced the 2 from Republican and Democrat. The rest is history. We don't need millions of dollars to spend to lobby them. We just need relationship that already exists. Except South Sudan doesn't know how powerful we are, the so-called the Seventh Front or the Lost Boys. They don't know that. So I'm going to leave this conversation. I still welcome the idea of we American to explore South Sudan mineral so that we can put our men and women back to work, build our road, build our hospital, pay people electronically instead of give them cash. We give them debit card so that they can go and withdraw the money in their own bank of their choice. So that's all I have to say. But for now, it is up to South Sudan. If you want to do business, come clean. Meet with people like Bolakum, who are your former diplomats here in America. Let's get this conversation to where it needs to be, to the right people. Here's what America is asking. It's asking for release of Dr. Riek Machar and all of his associate members, including Bolmel, including people who have been unjustly put to jail for no reason because they just spoke out, but they end up being in jail. If I was in South Sudan, I believe I would be in jail myself by now. But I guarantee you, this is not the end of the conversation. I'll talk to you again soon when I have another more update.